But now she has gotten the message that, oh no, stop saying thank yous for this thing. We are in this together. We're not taking this boy anywhere and saying we're leaving him. You understand? So it's us in it together.
What I would have told myself is preparing to be a father is not just being a father by word. It takes a whole lot more in action. So I think I would have taught myself to Taiwo, you're going to be tested. Be patient.
Umugo, grandma came, so my mother-in-law was around. Both my sisters-in-law were around. We got a nanny. We had Ihoma and we had myself. So that's 6 adults who have careers, you know, and we had only one kid. And that boy showed all of us pepper. Welcome back to the conversations with the dads. As you know, we talk about the experience and the journey that we've had so far as fathers. It always feels different when I say, you know, as fathers. I don't feel like somebody's daddy. Come on. So again, with me today, I have Taiwo, Ola, Bamidele, and Collins. And, you know, as usual, we're just regular guys, not so regular, some of us are not, who are just sharing and learning from each other, and hopefully, at least one of us will say at least one thing that would teach another father or an expectant father out there. So today we're talking about the newborn, the exciting time where you take a fully formed human being and go home with that person, and you can't return the person. So at what point did it hit you that this person that I'm taking home, I'm never going to be able to return this person back?
So I think when they told me that, hey, come upstairs, your
child is already
delivered. So carrying her, I think my hands were shaking, so the nurse noticed. So it's not so said, don't worry, that
you get used to it.
I just prefer I quickly drop her back and everything. You know, climbing the steps, I couldn't feel my legs. I was just thinking like, I have a daughter. Like, I think it was after the naming, I couldn't even name my daughter because I didn't know what to do. I just told my sister, please just give me a name. Let me just.
Something has killed me today.
So I think it was after the naming when somebody said, Baba Ivy, how are you? So I said,
wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah.
I am Baba Ivy. That's amazing. So, like, for you, did you have this moment where you felt like when you were taking the baby home, right? Did you have this moment when you felt like, what am I doing? Am I up for this? Am I capable of this?
Yeah, I did. I did. And it didn't start after the birth.
Okay.
It started from, like I said, after that class.
Right, okay.
I was when eating that guy, you're becoming a father. So it was from then that I have this mental understanding that you're preparing, it's your responsibility to prepare your kids for the future.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're preparing the future for your kids. So, how do you?
Yeah, where's the bridge?
That? It's easy to prepare your kids
for the future. Yeah.
But preparing the future that you don't know for the kids. So, we're on our way to my parents, and in the car, I was like, every call coming in and every text, I was just reading them. I was not.
Yeah, nothing is settling.
I was not sitting.
Yeah.
Because the next thing on my head is, where? Okay. Then where? So, okay. Then you need to get some more diapers. Nice. Okay. What are the next lifestyle changes that we'll be having?
Yeah.
All of the questions they were having in the car flew by.
Blank.
I was just in my own zone. So it was a different thing entirely for me. I was just like, don't talk about that though.
So for you, you know, when your first child arrived, you guys went straight to your parents. So that is it safe to assume that your wife and your baby spent time there?
Yeah, they spent
a good chunk of time.
There.
So basically, Omugo did not come to you.
Omugo went to meet Omugo didn't come.
What about you?
Okay, so my son came at the time when my wife and I, we were planning to relocate to the US. I had gotten admission from school, so in fact I had paid health insurance for her delivery.
Okay.
But of course, as Nigerians, you already know what the embassy people do to us.
Chai.
They just told me, oh, you're going for an executive program, why are you going with your wife?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. we're newly married. I don't want to be away from my wife. You know, even then she wasn't even showing so much, and this was December. She delivered in January. So within months, her belly just grew big. So anyway, that's a discussion for another day. But when my wife gave birth, I remember in the hospital doing a lot of checks and balances. I just wired rent money because we're no longer
leaving, so we have to renew.
I already made payments for the delivery and all that. So I was more like a moving calculator, in fact. But when it hit me that we are now going home with this newborn, the baby didn't come with a manual. The baby didn't come with a manual. So I first of all said, you know what? Please, we can't check out today. You guys should still stay.
I'm going to figure out something.
Within that time, trust me, I lost 5 kg in a matter of days. I lost a lot of kg. In fact, my parents saw me say, what happened? Did you donate blood? It was short.
Now, picking you boy, no keep testing. What's the problem?
So it was quite tough.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to just reassess myself. That there's a man now who will be second in command.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand the economy.
Bruh.
You know, and all of those things. So it was, let me use the word we are all familiar with in this period. There was a lot of restructuring. You know, even though I didn't have a lot of structure. But there was a lot of restructuring, and God was really faithful that period. It was a lot of shock. I knew that this baby was coming. But you can never be too prepared.
You can't. Like, there's nothing like being 100% ready. Like, you can never be 100% ready. So who did Omugo? Did you guys go, or who came?
Actually, Omugo came to us, but it was very short-lived. Omugo should stay very long.
Yeah, like 3 to 6 months. Yeah.
My mom stayed longer than when her mom came, because her mom is currently doing her PhD.
Yeah.
And all of that, so she had to just breeze in. Okay, Collins, you and your wife, you guys.
Good job.
You guys are doing great.
This is very relatable for me as well, because Omugo, grandma came, so my mother-in-law was around. Both my sisters-in-law were around. We got a nanny. We had Ihoma and we had myself. So that's 6 adults who have careers, you know, and we had only one Kion, and that boy showed all of us Pepe. Like, the boy showed us Pepe. You know how you are sitting there and it's your turn, like, because we split it into shifts. So we did 4-hour shifts, right? And then I'm there, he's on my chest, I'm playing FIFA between 11 a.m. and about 3 p.m. Sorry, 11 p.m. and about 3 a.m. And he just, before I blink, the entire household, what's going on? Is he okay? Give it to me. And I'm just there like, I'm a capable adult, you know, like I pay the bills around here, like, duh. It's just the baby who, just carry. And at some point, it was overwhelming. But let me tell you guys, and I know, see, none of you can tell me that it didn't happen to you. At some point, and this is me admitting it as a man, at some point, I started to feel sidelined. I started to feel like I was an afterthought.
We'll get to that part of the conversation.
Yeah, good. Because I really started to feel like, you know, it's all about him. And then whatever is left over is about her. And then there was nothing left over for me. Worst case scenario, somebody just, you know, oh baby, mommy, oh baby, and then you just walk by, they're like, oh, him. Alpha, have you eaten? No, feed him. Baby. That's all. They just take food. What's wrong? Are you on there? Take food. And I'm just like, I have needs too. You know, and it just felt like I didn't matter. I wasn't important. Nobody cared about me. Blah, blah, blah. And then in conversations that I've had with other guys over time, I realized that for the most part, that's when a lot of men tend to start playing games and looking for attention outside the house. So I want to take this in bits. Who felt sidelined?
I did. You already said everybody should.
Good, because I thought one of you was going to come and lie one line out. I said, no!
I did.
How did you deal?
Well, I immerse myself in work and let it play out.
Okay.
Then occasionally I'll let them know that this is what you guys are doing to me. I'm sure you know something I get feelings like this.
You tell my person picking.
So, like I said, we went to my parents and spent a good number of time with my parents, my mom, so to say, before they moved back to our apartment. So when it was not just the three of us, that was when I understood what being sidelined meant. So, but over time, I'll just chip it in. So this is just you and your daughter now, no problem. No wala. I get my mouth too. So I think she picked up on the joke. I think I'm paying more attention to my child than
I am
my
too.
husband and all that. So and also because of what I've learned before our birthing, that okay, things like that can happen. Attention will be shifted towards the child more than the husband. Even you as the father will pay more attention to the child than to your wife.
True.
So I understood that part. So it didn't really hit me as hard as it would if I wasn't prepared. But I just chipped it in occasionally. And I checked myself as well to make sure I wasn't pouring more of my attention into our daughter than my wife. So I think that helped me balance things out.
Cool.
Yes.
I thought it was not going to get to my turn immediately. But anyway, I'll answer. The truth is, yes, I felt sidelined. And hell, I kind of like still feel sidelined. So what I mean is this. So you see these babies, you would think they will grow too fast, but trust me, the past few months has seemed quite slow. Right?
Oh yeah, he's about 9 months.
Yeah.
It slows around there, but then it will shock you.
Slow.
It will shock you very soon.
Growing in size and strength. In fact, now me and his mother has to hold him down for him to take some of his medication.
Yeah, oh, that's for sure.
The boy is strong.
They're strong.
I feel he sapped all his mom's calcium. At the point, I feel that okay, the mother needs as much attention as even the child. So I found myself in a situation whereby I'm paying attention to my wife and of course my child, but I'm forced to pay more attention to my wife because she has this tendency to probably forget some of her routine medications to supplement herself. For me, I feel sidelined in the sense that, hey, it's morning, we have to have breakfast, right? But baby cries, early morning breast milk. And when you are breastfeeding from your mom, you incapacitate her. We haven't gotten ourselves a nanny because that's my plan for next year. Because I've actually voiced as a babe, Zane, my son, he eats pepper soup in this house. He drinks breast milk. You make meals for him even before it's time to. But I've not eaten anything. I went out to eat. You've not even asked me. And she'll be like, I'm so sorry. And then she has a way of, making me come around.
Of course.
I'll just forget that, come, dude, you're working on breakfast and it's already dinner time. And I'm like,
So what was the biggest surprise for you after your first? The twins came first, right?
Those are the.
Oh, okay. Those are. Oh, right. So, what was the biggest surprise in their first few months? What shocked you the most about being a dad?
That would be a very difficult question to answer for now. But it could be anything. I'm hungry. I've not eaten since morning, even though I'm not the eating type. I would like to eat something before going to bed. And she won't want the maids to prepare
your food.
Don't worry, I'm coming. Just 1 minute. That 1 minute. It's already 12 midnight. No, then she come out. Oh, so sorry. Darius was this. Dorian was that. I had to do this. No, Mama, I have to sleep.
Right.
I have to call my mom. That say, if you don't come,
we need backup, man.
Hunger will kill you. If you don't just come to Lagos and come and take care of me, I'm still your baby.
So you see, when you're the one who was saying earlier about how your circle just kept bringing food to the house.
see, that is
I feel like that would help a lot of men.
Like seriously. When he was saying it, I was like, I wish. I was in a shoe. Like seriously.
Women are amazing because after weeks, sometimes if we don't catch it early, after months of damage, sometimes all they need is a few days of pampering and attention.
Exactly.
I don't know how they do it because I've spoken to my friends who have had those sort of situations where they felt like they were losing the person that, and then when they started to make changes in their own lifestyle to help her, get better, it didn't take a lot of time. So, but when I think about it, I'm like, look, if roles were reversed, when a man is damaged, the amount of time to take to get him back together is ridiculous. So, man.
Yeah, sorry, borrowing from what you just said, I wanted to mention this, especially because Dr. Ola was citing the example of having to take a time off to assist. You see, I think it's a no-brainer, especially when you cherish the relationship you have with your wife.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying as per husband and wife. I'm saying
as your
for
friend.
friends' sake. For friends' sake. So I don't even think it's worthy of discussion, the sacrifices a father makes in the home. Like, I don't think it's even something that is okay for my wife to tell me, thank you for beating the baby. I was like, the first day she told me, babe, you beated him. I said, yes. I said, thank you for beating him. I was going to do that. I said,
Now my picking now.
Please quit saying that thank you. In fact, at the point, she kept on saying thank you, trying to make me understand that she appreciates. But I stopped.
Yeah, because it will start. You will not get the
because
whatever
I can get why each time I do something like that, I'm expecting a thank you. I'm not rendering you any favors. This is my son. I'm
it's part of your
responsible.
job,
So my response to that is whenever she says, babe, thank you for making this available or calling them to supply this, I'll be like, and I'll just carry on what I'm doing. But now she has gotten the message that, oh no, stop saying thank yous for this thing. We are in this together.
Yeah.
We're not taking this boy anywhere and saying we're leaving him here. You understand? So it's us in it together.
All right. So one last thing, because we've actually run quite long. If you could go back, to like a year before you became a dad, what would you say to yourself? What would be you can just teleport back. You have only one piece of advice to just give yourself before that loop closes and you have to come back. What would you say to yourself?
Probably before I say that, I have friends, colleagues that had children before. Even though I've been older than some of them.
Yeah.
I think if I look back, I would just say it as if I really don't mind having my babies back then. So right on now, that's the truth, because I feel the earlier you have the babies,
The better.
The better.
So you would tell yourself basically, do it now.
Exactly. That's just it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's a good one. Bams.
Okay, so I'll just say, based on the conversations that we've had here, I feel like I would have been there for my wife more.
I'm glad you said that.
Probably walk that journey through.
Yeah.
Our guy here, 14,
Yeah,
and I really attend. Even after, even when she was going for immunization, after
Are you serious?
I never attended. So I feel like probably I would have
You take it back and
help her more to go through that process.
I'm glad. I'm really glad you said that.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I think I would have done the same for badminton. It's similar to badminton. I wouldn't have gone like the flash did.
No, you were better off.
But there's always room for more. I think what I would have told myself is preparing to be a father is not just being a father by word. It takes a whole lot more in action. So I think I would have taught myself to tell you're going to be tested. Be patient. So I think that is where I lacked in the first experience. Corrected that with the second to a large extent. Still room for improvement. But the only thing I would have told myself, Taiwo, be patient in the next few years. That's all.
What about you?
Yeah. So I'll borrow from what Taiwo said. Patience is what I'm going to advise myself looking back. Like, I wouldn't do things, or I think I would do things differently.
Yeah.
So someone like me, I'm very, very, would I say calculative? I would advise myself in retrospect now, don't take yourself too seriously. Because I took the childbirth really, really seriously. Like, I told you guys I packed the things almost a month ahead, and it was just in the good sitting. I was just being, okay, so baby, have we checked this? what are the lists? What are the things they give in the hospital? What are which ones have we not got?
Yes,
you know?
yes,
And
Still forgot flasks.
I didn't tell you guys the story behind getting that flask. I almost, thankfully, I didn't lose my life that day. Because I met something I did not expect to meet the day my son was born. Just going to go and pick up a flask that I forgot. So I would say, don't take yourself too seriously. Fatherhood actually grows on you.
True, exactly.
Fatherhood grows on you.
That's actually what I was going to say.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, similar in
Too many ways.
Too many ways, right? So fatherhood grows on you. Trust me. Some of my friends come to the house and they say, Collins, we are coming. You know, like a friend of mine, Chef Amaka, she was the one who was supplying food. If I just call her, your sister cannot cook today. Hey, Collins, are you serious? Have you eaten? And I know you like swallow, Amaka. Send us soup, you know. And when the soup arrives, the delivery just say, babe, what are you carrying inside the kitchen? It's soup. Oh. Soup from who? From Amaka. Oh, okay. I think they're not collecting food from other people. You know, like food, you know. Don't take yourself too seriously because fatherhood will grow on you. I don't think I went for any special classes on how to swaddle a baby or how to bathe a baby. But you will bathe your baby well. You love the child. You want the child to fall.
That's it. That's it.
It grows on you. So that's what I would say.
Good, thanks. Because I was going to say that, to be honest,
spoke for both of you.
yes, because he's right. It will grow on you. Because I was so worried that I wouldn't figure it out, you know. And then it occurred to me that our parents had us much earlier than we are having kids now, right? Yes. And for the large part, by the time my mom had me, she was 23. I have 23-year-old kids that I take care of, that I try and mentor, that I try and, you know, some of them work with me and all of that. And in my mind, my kids. At 23, my mother had me. At 23, by the time she was 27, she was done having kids. At 27, you are a child in today's world, you know? So you see, his mom had him at 20. Like, our parents were basically really, so they didn't have it all figured out. Every day, the more I interact with my son, I realize more and more that my parents did not have it all figured out. They were winging it most of the time. So just as he said, it will come to you. It's natural. It will grow on you. Just take your time and enjoy the process. Learn. Just prepare your mind that every day you wake up, you interact with your kids, you will learn something new about yourself, about them, and about the world in general, because they see the world in different ways, you know. So yeah, gentlemen, thank you for another very, very enlightening conversation. And I'm glad that as we're talking to each other, we're learning from each other, we're helping each other, you know, see things differently. And I'm hoping that we're helping you as well see things differently. Thank you for joining this conversation. We'll be back with another very interesting one. And if you haven't seen the others before this, please just skip back up in the playlist and you see them. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. God bless you. I mean, you should be present physically, but you should also be present emotionally. And then, most importantly, you have to be present spiritually.
So my experience with my first daughter is not the same as I have with my second.
Yeah, because they say no two children are the same, no two pregnancies are the same.
That line is, whoever came up with it,
it's a conscious decision that we have to make as fathers to prepare our kids for the future and also prepare the future for our kids.
You will find yourself winging it. There's this saying that goes, by the time you find out that your father was right, you already have a son who thinks you're wrong.
Bam! Okay, so what about romance?